I'm here in Indianapolis, and I'm with the most incredible guitarist and entertainer that I have ever seen, Tony Cheesebourough.
Thank you.
Tony, would you like to say hi to all our listeners on Glow Time Radio?
Glow Time Radio, hello from the States, from across the pond, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Now, I've got to tell you something about Tony. We met only last April when we were both at a venue called the Slippery Noodle.
Yeah.
And Tony's just come in, and I'm there. Actually, I'd had quite a few drinks by that time, so I was probably, in my thinking anyway, waxing lyrical and thinking that I was super cool. But probably to the other Tony, who's this guy talking gibberish in another language? But we just hit it off, and we just started talking. And then I found out that Tony was with the Ohio Players.
Yes.
So Tony, let's go back in time. How on earth did you get started with a band like the Ohio Players? Were you playing before that time?
Yeah, I was, and we've been friends for years and years, but I was playing with different acts and touring with different other people, and they said, hey man, we're the only people you ever played with, get over here. So I joined, and then other things come up, and I had to go play somewhere, and I had other tours and commitments that I had to keep up with. But the last few years here, I had a total commitment to the Players.
Yeah, and now they're still performing all over the place. Well, I think when I met you, you said, I can't tour because I just got back from
I had just got back from Phoenix, Arizona. And a year and 8 months ago, in January, 2 years, our lead singer, Sugarfoot, my best friend, passed away from this.
From throat cancer?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
And so, which is why it was such a scare with everybody.
Yeah.
Because he had this surgery, and we were, it was Phoenix, Arizona. We were headed back, and I said, hey, man, you want me to go to the doctor? I'll stay in Dayton and go to the doctor with you tomorrow. He said, oh, no, it's just a follow-up, like I'm having December 10th.
Yeah.
Well, when he went to the follow-up, they discovered he had stage 4 cancer.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, how do you discover you have stage 4 cancer when you have preliminary things that you do prior to surgery? And for whatever reason, that's when they discovered it. And 3 months later, he was dead.
Oh, dear. Now, I have to tell our listeners that Tony has just had a similar operation.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, Tony. How did that suddenly come up?
Well, all of a sudden I woke up, hadn't sung the night before, very rarely scream. And I was hoarse. I'm like, I didn't think anything about it. Never had to this day. The only soreness I had is them sticking the things down my nose and my throat and doing their deal. But I never had any type of pain or any discomfort, anything. Just hoarse. So I made it go away. Month, 2 months, 3 months, last month. So I'm like, okay, it's time
to see a doctor.
Yeah, because I have a relatively deep voice. Well, you can't tell now.
Not when you're sounding like James Brown on his best days, like you were on a Saturday.
Well, fortunately, I've been blessed to have several different registers of voices.
Yeah, I think you've got at least three octaves plus even now, maybe 4.
Well, which is another thing that I wrote a contemporary gospel. I have a contemporary gospel show that is 2 and 40 minutes long. You know, I haven't done because I've been on tour.
Yeah.
I haven't recorded the songs because I've been on tour. And so I said that once my voice comes back, and until my voice comes back, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And now it's not the how great thou. It's not that type of. It's not that type of gospel. And I've had people in the gospel world that are.
It's got to be funky gospel, your kind of music. Yeah. Sandy and Lisa are sitting in the background, nodding, and we've got them to be very, very quiet while Tony talks.
So we're miracle workers.
Yeah. So the Ohio Players, you got started. Where did you start playing, first of all?
With them or ever?
With them.
I think we did a show in Dayton, Ohio, and then went to Atlanta.
That well-known musical venue, known throughout the whole world, Dayton, Ohio. Yeah. The funk capital of the world.
Yeah. Well, we did a show that was 40 minutes there, but the next day we were in Atlanta, and that was the full, Monty.
Yeah.
No, we had clothes on, but it was still,
Yeah.
But
and how many band members were in the first
9.
round? 9. Okay. That's an expensive band to move around.
Yeah.
That means you've got to be doing big gigs and big money just to break even.
Yeah, we only played arenas and festivals.
Yeah. So of all the places that you played, country or place, where was the best place that you liked, that stands out to you as being one of the funnest places that you've been to?
Two, Okinawa, Japan, and Kunsan, Korea. Okinawa, Japan, because it was just so beautiful. And in Kunsan, Korea, they had a place called A-Town. Mm-hmm. And I had clothes made that I had them made here, cost probably $300,000 or $400,000.
Oh my goodness!
And I got them made there for maybe I spent maybe $3,000.
Wow, that's still a lot of money to their currency.
It is a lot of money to their currency. And I had their won. I think their money's called won. And I had like suede coats made. Wow. And here's what's so phenomenal about it. You go into one of these places. It's called Giant Leather. Is the name of the place.
A little plug there if anyone's going out that way.
Give them a plug. And you can sketch something on a piece of paper, get your measurements, come back tomorrow. It's there.
Oh, my goodness.
So I had like this suede duster made, and it's like, Morpheus, Clint Eastwood-esque. And, and I had some hats made and several outfits, some shoes.
So you probably wore them to the very next gig.
No, because we have our own
costumes. Okay.
Yeah. And but I sent them home, and I still have them to this day, and still can wear them to this day.
Yeah, I guess that we're the old school, that we like to actually see someone that looks the part and be entertained. But I guess that's a thing of the past, like a road map. Anyway, so people won't even know what a road map is.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing with them?
Well, off and on, like 15 years.
15 years, that's a hell of a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
And what's the total collection of albums that you've done?
5
albums.
Yeah.
Now, you write songs for the Ohio Players?
I've written a few.
Mm-hmm. Have you got any more songs tucked away that you're currently working on?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Actually, we did, with the music business, it's definitely that. And we're dealing with the record company because we just finished in 35 years another album, and Sugar is on each track before he died.
Really?
That's the last thing we recorded. We recorded in Orlando, Florida. Put it out.
And it is, you talk about the business. A friend of mine that's married to someone that you know, Shelley Dartes Stevens, Wesley wrote some of the early hit songs for the Stylistics.
Yeah.
And one of those was You Make Me Feel Brand New, which was a Grammy-nominated song.
Yes.
And because
a gold.
And a gold, yes, it was.
And a gold.
And because he was 15 when he wrote this, and so his grandmother had to sign it over to the record company, and he never got anything from it. He never got any recognition. And when you look up the song, you won't see his name on that. It's got to be soul destroying. But Wesley still performs, and I'm trying to get him to do a Philly Sound revival with all the bands, and to do a revival show and have all of these 70s and 80s bands together, maybe 5 or 6 of them. And I said to him, my vision would be to have Cirque du Soleil performing in the background.
Oh, wow.
And make that into a real show.
Wow.
Would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Go ahead on, producer Moore.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I said to them both, I'm a believer that things happen when you make them happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they're all automatically, but it starts with a vision.
Things happen when you make them happen. I think of a T-shirt that I'm
Yeah, there you go. So Tony, you're now, are you gigging again next year? When do you think you'll be fit enough to start singing? No. Apart from what you were doing on Saturday night, that you got raspier and raspier as the night went on, until it was just this series of still singing.
Yes. It was horrible. But
it was actually brilliant.
Well, I figured it was for God, and that's why I said whatever happens, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Even though I have thousands, and I mean literally thousands of people on Facebook admonishing me for doing it.
Yeah, well, they want to see you get better, and carry on.
But what you do for the least, you do for me. So I was getting better with my spirit, which will in turn make the rest of me whole.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was doing His work, helping people doing His work.
Yeah.
And so it all came.
And that was what Saturday night was all about. I agree, and I think that's why the 4 of us are sitting here talking, because we're led to this place right now.
You don't think I would have been singing just to be singing, and I've been
Oh, you know what? Don't go there. If you were down at the Slippery Noodle,
Oh, well, yeah.
and you know you're feeling it, even Friday night or Saturday night, I can guarantee that he said, "Well, just one song. I just one song."
He's seen it. That's why he's saying
Yeah.
that.
And when he played, and I got to tell you, all listeners, when we were talking like this in the bar, a very, very busy bar in the Slippery Noodle, and Tony said, "Would you like to hear me sing?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." And I was with a friend of mine, and we went in to hear him, and it was it was fairly warm, and I'm pointing to my arm like this, "What's up?" And I said, "I got goosebumps." It was, isn't it? It's incredible listening to you play.
Thank you.
The notes just seem to fall out of your guitar, and the double notes when you're playing with your right hand. You're not left-handed, are you?
I'm ambidextrous.
It gets better, doesn't it? So you play both ways? When I
some
saw
things
you,
I
weren't
play
you playing?
left-handed, some things I play right-handed.
Okay, now you were playing a 5-string bass then.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you play bass as well. You
Yes.
play any other instruments that you play, Tony?
Trumpet,
Saxophone,
keyboards, harmonica, kalimba, violin.
Wow, you're one. You've got to produce your own. I can see you busking on the streets. Busking is where you get a street performer. You've got a big drum on your back attached to your foot. There you go. Walking around playing all the instruments and a little trumpet on this side and a sax on that side, doing all the instruments and finding a place to sing.
Actually, on this CD that I'm doing, I have 3 blues CDs.
Okay.
And
what are they called?
the first one is called "Want It Dead But Alive." Second one is called "Blue Cheese."
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Go on.
And the third one is called "Two," T-O-O, not two, Two-Way Street.
Okay. Can I ask you why we're here now? Why you're here in this group here? Why the pathway to recovery was so personal to you?
Well, when I found out what they did, it got my attention.
Yeah.
When I found out how they did it, it had my dedication. And I've known Lisa my entire life because she's way older than me.
Yeah.
No, she's younger than me. But every album has one word title. Look, check it out. Every album has one: Fire, Honey, Pleasure, all separate albums. Yeah. They only have one name.
Well, Tony, it's been lovely talking to you, and I know
as always.
as always. And I'm looking forward to hearing you play again. It's an absolute pleasure. I tell you what, there's some artists that you see, and their music touches your soul, and it makes your soul smile. I say to them, as I would say to you, thanks for the 1,000 smiles.
Oh, thank you.
It's really good to be able to do that. So, Tony, thank you very much. It was lovely introducing you to Glow Time Radio.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic person this is. And I think you two agree with me as well.
Absolutely.
As do all of his thousands of fans all over the world. So, Tony, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I think you two agree with me as well.
Absolutely.
As do all of his thousands of fans all over the world. So, Tony, thank you.
Thank you so much.